As promised, we're back and we're going to do Spring 18, Test 1, Part 3, Big Bad Bicyclomolecule. Any bicyclomolecule, you should start by drawing two dots. And those are the bridgehead dots. I don't know, I got a lot of room left to write on my screen here, so I'll do that. I'll put one here and one way over here. And students are telling me they like this, instead of drawing regular zigzags, they're really liking this using the big circle thing. So you can do this every time, regardless of the bicyclo question. You could just draw that every time. Just go ahead and draw it. And now the specific bicyclo question, I need 8 more carbons between the dots on one of these green things. So I'll put those in red. And they're not bridgehead dots, they're extra carbons, they're bridges. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I need 7 on one of the other green things. It doesn't matter which one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I need 2. 1, 2. So there you go. You've got 19 carbons there. 17 of them are the reds, and the 2 bridgeheads are the blues. And they're right here in the name right there. Okay. And then you go put this group on 1. Well, what's 1? One of the blue dots has to be 1. That's a rule. Can't mess with a rule. So I'm going to say that's the one. And once I've committed to that one, 2 must be this one because that's in the biggest bridge. This is going to be 10 and this is going to be 9. And where's 11? Well, 11's in the next biggest bridge, but I don't even need 11 in this question. I don't need anything past 10. There's no groups anywhere past 10. So I'm going to stop numbering and put a group on 1. I need a methyl pentyl. So how do you draw that? First thing I'm going to draw is a pentyl attached to carbon 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to put a methyl on the second carbon of the group. The second carbon of the group. What is carbon 1 of the group? It has to be the carbon attached to, in this case, the ring, or in other cases, a chain. So that's 1 of pentyl. That's 2 of pentyl. Put a methyl on it. And keep in mind, that's a stereocenter carbon. And when you have a stereocenter carbon in nomenclature, I need to see the H. We'll worry about the R's and S's at the end. Okay, now we got to go to carbon 10 and draw a good old propyl group. That's just 3 in a row. All right, we got, let's see, it's a 4-point question. We got 1.75 out of 4. Wow. 2¼ points are the stereocenters. 0.75 points each. Do you want to start with the 2-methyl pentyl group and see how it goes? Why not? It says the stereocenter in this group is S. That's why this S isn't in front. It's for the group, not for a carbon in the bicyclo. So this needs to be S. What I'm going to do is the 1, 2, 3, 4, which I hope you've been getting lots of practice at. We'll go with pink. The 4 is the H. The 3 is a C with no more C's. The 1 is a CH2 that goes to a C with 3 more bonds to C. And the 2 is a CH2 that goes to a C with only 1 more bond to C. If I circle 1, 2, and 3 and put the H on a dash, this would be R. R is wrong. The question says it must be S. The strategy for you is now, don't put the number 4 on a dash, put it on a wedge. And that means when you connect 1, 2, and 3, you've got the wrong answer. The wrong answer being R, therefore the right answer is yay, S. Now don't leave it like this. When I have stereo centers in nomenclature, I need you to draw a wedge and a dash so that you can show me you know the wedge and the dash are on adjacent bonds. I want to see who's going to put a dash here and lose a half point. Now, I don't want to see that at all. I really prefer nobody does that. There's no tetrahedron in the world where that dash could be there. It's just, you'd have angles more than 180 on one side and less than 90 on another side. So your two choices for a dash are this bond and this bond because they're both adjacent to this. It does not matter which you choose. I could choose this one right here. Now, in my other lecture, I said, if you stop there, you're also in trouble. If you stop your dash here, you're in trouble. You just introduced a new carbon right there. This thing's now a hexyl group with a methyl on 3. Make sure your dash goes all the way. Done. Now I'm going to go to carbon 1 and get an R stereocenter using the same approach. Wow, there's 4 CH2s attached to carbon 1. 4-way tie. I'm going to go with purple. No, I got purple already. I'm going to go with baby blue. There's a reason why this is the one. And it has nothing to do with it being a pink one. That's a coincidence. It's a CH2 that goes to a carbon that has 2 more bonds to C. None of the other CH2s goes to a carbon with 2 more bonds to C. This one is the 2. Why? It's a CH2 that goes to a CH2 that goes to a C with multiple bonds to carbon. This CH2 goes to a CH2 goes to a C with 1 bond to carbon and H's. The H's lose to these other carbons. Same story down here. Which of these hits 10 earlier? Because 10's got the branch. Well, the one in the middle has 7 red dots. This has 8 red dots. This last dot has only 1 bond to C. This blue dot's the same distance away, and it has 3 bonds to C. So there's your 3. Here's your 4. And in this case, if you connect 1 to 2 to 3, it's clockwise, which would be R, and it's supposed to be R. This is the other scenario. We've already got both scenarios covered. You put the 4 on a dash. You make sure the dash goes all the way. There you go. And the 3 or the 1 are on wedges. You pick one. I'll go with the 3. Those are the adjacent bonds. One of them has to be a wedge. I need to know that you know that. And there you go. You've got the R stereocenter covered.
If we draw a molecule kind of different, but like with the same movement,
I guarantee you're going to be drawing the molecule different.
But is it going to be still the same? Because I did draw it differently, and I had like the wedge, and I had an S stereocenter, which I had to flip to an R. Does that mean that I did something wrong?
It does not. No, you drew the molecule differently. And because of the orientation of your groups, yours needed the same approach as our first stereocenter. No, okay. I grade everyone individually. Trust me. It's like I'm starting with a clean slate every time.
Okay, so it's not wrong if we have to flip it.
Sorry?
Okay. So it's not wrong if we have to flip.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm just giving you a strategy that works for every time you approach a stereocenter. And we'll use the same strategy on our 12 our 10 12s. Not a typo. Yeah, probably corrected on the answer key. There is no stereocenter on 12. 10's there, 11's there, 12's there. That's not a stereocenter. So probably on the answer key, this is corrected. That should be a 10 because 10's a stereocenter. Okay, if it's not, then that one got by me. And then I wouldn't ask you to do R and S on something that's not a stereo center. That just makes sense, right? Now I got 4 CH2s again, but I'm pretty sure that this one, which hits a CH2, then a C with no H's, sorry, a C with 3 H's and no C's is the 4. We're gonna do that in red. No, we got red dots. It's light pink. This CH2 hits a branch first this time. That CH2 hits the branch. Now you're gonna think that only branching is important. Do you agree that every carbon attached here is just hydrocarbons all the way around? When that's the case, hydrocarbons all around, no heavier atoms around, you can use branching as your criterion. And the one that hits the branch first is this one, the next one, and then this is the longest way to go to a branch, except, and this one never hits anything. It runs out of carbons. So there you go. And this one, if you connect 1 to 2 to 3, you got to be careful. This is a little drawback to our drawing circles instead of rings. That looks like a straight line, doesn't it? So, you know, it'd probably be better if you made the one a little closer so you know that's counterclockwise. Otherwise, you think that's a straight line. And what do I do? Just remember, you can put the dot over here, and then that would definitely be a circle. And I'll connect them like this. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it doesn't work really well. If you had to pick counterclockwise or clockwise, you've got to pick counterclockwise. And that means it's already S. Tell me where I put my wedge and dash, please. Start with the dash.
Dash has to be on 4.
Correct, because it already has the right answer. Make sure it goes all the way to the 4, and then yeah, wedge.
And the wedge has to be either on the up bridge or the down.
Either the middle bridge or the down.
No, the
sorry,
uppermost.
middle's the bad choice. Now that up that would be a weird looking bond. I think I like the down. Just it doesn't look as funny. But if you want to make a big fat wedge from here to here, go ahead. That's fine. It's legal. It would get full credit.
Okay. So same thing in my case, I had an R, which I had to flip it.
I think it's the same logic because you probably just had the order of one of these switches from what I had. And that would that's like a single switch if you think about it. So everything I did, you didn't have to do. Okay. Right? Or you had to do the opposite. Is what I
Oh, Professor?
Yes.
What's it called? Yeah, I don't draw it like this. I draw it straight, like a dot up, a down on the bottom, and then I put like the longest carbons on the outside, and then the 2 in the middle.
Up to you.
Is it fine? Okay.
Yeah. You'll probably find examples where I did that too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what's up next, ladies and gentlemen?
Can I ask you about 2C on Winter 20? The one we were just on, I think it's Winter 21.
Winter 21. I should have that open. Looking around. No, I gotta go to PDF here. It's Winter 20. That's Spring 18. That's got to be it, right?
Yeah, this is it. This is it. If you go to number 2,
21.
name the following. It says name the following A and C and B.
A and C coming right up. So we'll come. Let's not even take a break. It's nomenclature. It's good continuation of the video. What do you think?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So Winter 21, A and C, and coming right up to here. Winter 21. Nice and big. Okay, not so. There we go. A and C, 3-cyclobutyl pentane. All right. So we're gonna draw that as pentane first.
Oh, Professor, that's the wrong one.
Oh.
That's part 3. I'm talking about number 2. Number 2, like it says name the following.
Oh, I got the wrong.
Two
Yeah,
C, yeah.
you said that. You said that.
Yeah.
No, that was okay.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
ones are not bad. The ones that you were just doing, those are
Okay.
actually
Cool.
that bad.
Yeah, we're gonna go here and go down to the bottom. You said name the following right from the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, what can you do?
You had a video on 2A. I watched it and it was kind of a little bit confusing because you would drop like the subscript and then
Yes, I
you'd leave
don't,
one.
those are your enemy. Those
Yeah,
parentheses need to be eliminated so they do not confuse you.
I didn't understand how you dropped some and left some. That's what confused me. But
Oh,
2C also, I don't know.
I'm not gonna drop the CH2 7 times because that's just a chain. But I am gonna drop the ethyl groups. Those are ethyl groups, CH2, CH3. There's
Yeah.
2 of them. I'm gonna get rid of the subscript only. Get rid of just this and replace and put the other ethyl group on as a stick figure. Put them both on. Here, I'm gonna get rid of that and there you go. Start over. Don't want to be confusing. That's 2 ethyl groups stuck to this carbon. Get rid of them. Put them back on where they belong, or else you're going to think they might be part of the longest chain. There's no way those are the part of the chain, part of the longest chain. Now these, they're at the end. So I'm going to get rid of the 2 only and keep one of the propyl groups because it is part of the longest chain. And then 1, 2, 3. There's the other propyl group that I took off.
Is it because it's at the end of the chain?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's at the end. It's going to be part of the chain. And I better number this from the right because I will have a group on 4 that way. If I start over here, I get the propyl group on 4. Wow. I gotta clean my screen, I think. 5. Seriously. 6. 7. Here's what I do. Now, I personally have a relationship with knowing numbers that, what do you call it? Some of you are just going to go 7 to 14. And that's a mistake. There's 7 carbons, right? Starting with number 7. You can use your hand. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. I don't know what's going on here. Trying to draw an arrow to 13. My pen is just not doing nice things for me now. 7 to 13 are in the parentheses. Sigh. 14 is there. Looks awful. A. Tetradecane. With groups. And it's propyl on 4 and 2 ethyls on 6. That's a 3. That's a 4. Drawing with a writing numbers with a mouse is a pain. All right. So it's got ethyls listed first because they start with E. 6,6-diethyl. And there's 1 propyl. Verify to yourself there's only 1 propyl. If you think there's 2 propyls, somebody's got to help that student and tell them why there are not 2 propyls in this molecule. I want somebody to help that student. They're out there somewhere, this student. They might not be present now, but they're out there. They're saying, oh, 2 propyls. I better have dipropyl in the name. Help them.
You
Because
made it into
one
the
of the
chain.
propyl is in the long chain.
Yes, this propyl that I didn't cross off was the one that's part of the longest chain. You would count those 3 carbons twice if you said dipropyl, and you're never allowed to count any carbons twice. All right, so we got A done. We happy?
Yeah, thank you so much.
Ready for C? I'm ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do C.
C's a bicycle. When I snipped it, I snipped a little bit off of it. And there. No, that didn't work. I don't use my mouse. There. In this bicycle, I personally will accept both ways of numbering because they're both going to put a group on 1. And the biggest bridge is here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'll accept that direction or the other direction that starts 1 here and ends 10 up here. Both names will be okay. It's got 2 stereo centers. We'll work on those at the end. In terms of the groups, how do you name a 3-carbon group? It's called a propyl. But this propyl has fluoros on it. Which one gets listed first in the group name? Is it the one attached to the group, or is it the group that's attached to the chain? Which one lists first? Okay, maybe I asked the question wrong. The one that gets listed last is the one that is attached to the chain. So you say propyl is attached to the chain. And because it's a group with groups, I need numbers for the fluorines. And what carbon number of the group are the fluorines attached to? Remember, carbon 1 in the group is the one attached to the chain. So what carbon has the fluorines on it? 2, 3.
Carbon 3.
3,3-difluoropropyl. I don't know if it's gonna fit. I'm gonna try. Think thin. Snuck it in there. And that's on carbon number 10 in the red system. Tell me that. When I do the second name, I'm just gonna erase the 10 and make it into the blue 1. I want to make sure that looks like a 10. There we go. And then on carbon 1 of the red system, I knew this would be listed next because it has an I in the first letter. How do I know it has an I in the first letter? Is there an iodo on it? Is that why? How do I know it has an I? It's an iso. That's right. It's got a V on the end. Count all the carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's an isohexyl. And it's a bicyclo. Bicyclo. And it's got bridge size 8. Square box. 8 carbons extra to get from 1 to 10. Now go in this direction. 1, 2, 3, 4 more carbons. And going through the middle 1, notice they're always in descending order, the numbers. Largest, middle, small. And 8 plus 4 plus 1 plus the 2 dots is 12, 13, 15, pentadecane. That saves you from counting the rest of the carbons. I mean, you can verify it if you want. Wow, it's a neat.
Professor,
Yes.
how did you say that it goes 10 both ways? Doesn't it go to 6 the other way and 10 one way?
Oh, it goes to 6 the other way if you're counting wrong. If you count the second biggest bridge first, you're breaking a rule of bicycle. You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh,
6,
yeah.
or
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. And now stereo center time. Moving my C a little bit.
If the name doesn't fit on a page, on like, yeah, the page, can we like draw on another, continue naming on the other line?
Other line, or I do not penalize you ever if you even go to the spare pages at the end and write me a note on this page and say continued on page 9 or whatever the number is.
Okay.
This is fine. Or yes, 2 lines is fine. You'll see some of my nomenclatures go 2 lines myself, right? Because they don't fit. And we have 2 stereo centers, one's on 1. We're looking at the red system. One's on 1, one's on 10. And let's get busy on the stereo centers. We'll go with purple. Why is this? We're talking about this stereo center down here first. This one's the one on red 10, I guess. Why is that the 1? It hits a C with 2 bonds to 3 more bonds to C. Does this C hit a C with 3 more bonds to C, or just 1 more bond to C? Just 1 more bond to C. So I broke the tie on the second carbon, so I never got as far as the fluorines. And the 2 is definitely here because the third carbon has fluorines. Does this third carbon have anything to match fluorine? No, there's the third carbon. Nothing to match fluorine. 1, 2, 3, third carbon. Nothing to match fluorine. And this will be the 4. I'm happy when the 4 is on a wedge. That had 8 CH2s. This one has only 1, 2, 3, 4 CH2s, then a C with branching. That's the 3. Why am I happy when the 4 is on a wedge? It means when I connect my 1 and 2 and 3 and get R, I can write down comfortably, confidently that it's really S. Because when the 4 is on a wedge and you connect 1, 2, and 3, that's the wrong answer. Maybe I'm going to be lucky again on this one. I think I am. Same reason. Occasionally, we're lucky. We got the 4 here. Same reason as before. Oh, I used baby blue already. Yeah, let's go with hot pink. I've got the 1 here for the same reason. I've got the 2. Oh, 1. It's tricky. Oh, it's not as easy as I thought. 1, 2, 3, 4th one has 2 CH3s, 2 carbons, right? 1, 2, 3, 4th one here. Oh, only 1 C. That's not as hard as I thought. Which one's the 2? 1, 2, 3, 4.
The one on top.
Yeah, isohexyl.
Yeah, the one up
Yeah,
here. Yeah, you got it. That's the 2. And there's the 3. And the 4 is the one that doesn't hit anything for the longest time. And hey, I'm happy again. It's on the wedge. 1, 2, 3 is wrong again. Therefore, S is wrong. Therefore, R. Why are you not writing an R? It's the worst looking R I've seen. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of it. Don't think it's just bad. Use my mouse. R. Copying the whole name. You don't, please don't ever give me 2 names. I'm a teacher and I want to make it clear that both these names are acceptable. Did I get the whole deal? I didn't get the E. That's fine. I'll get the E. Copy paste. All right, so we can get rid of all the numbers here. This one I'll have to redraw, but everything else is just the numbers. Going to the baby blue system. Baby blue had the 1 and the 10 flipped. The 1 and the 10. And in this case, the 1 will be S. And 10 will be R. Baby blue 10 with R. 1, 2. Wait. That's baby blue 1. Sorry, baby blue 1 is S. Is that right? What am I doing wrong here, people? Oh, baby blue 1 is S. There you go. 1, 2, 3, not R, therefore S. Good. And 10, not S, therefore R. And I don't have my E in the end. At the deck end. No, you know, in Europe, they leave that E off. Isn't that funny? So I'd have to give Europeans credit for that. You'd have to bring proof of citizenship. Okay.
Oh, Professor?
Yes.
So, okay, this is like kind of a weird question. You give like is it like math where you follow the mistake and you give credit, or if you like make a small mistake,
Oh,
like
no,
let's just
I
say on
follow the mistake and give credit. I am always looking for excuses to give you partial credit, especially in nomenclature.
so even if we mess up a little bit, like you still like you
Oh, you can
grade
get,
that
yeah,
mistake and then you move on and you
yeah,
just
and
grade
you
the other
still
part.
get 3.5 out of 4. It's not like OWL where it's just wrong. Yeah.
So like let's just say on the stereo center we put the 1, 2, and 3, or like 1 and 2 right, but the 3 and 4 kind of wrong. That's a
Well,
zero, or
well, if you get the wrong stereo center, you're going to lose 3/4 of a point no matter what.
oh, okay,
They're really important. So
okay,
so on a stereo center, it's either right or wrong. Everything else,
okay.
even if you're close, or if, like I said at the end here, you left an E off, I'm not going to check your citizenship. I'm going to give you full credit. Just, you're in a
Even on the chair
hurry.
configuration, like the chair configuration, you can make like some mistakes or something like that. It's not like if you make one mistake, it's all wrong.
No, it's not.
Okay.
All right. Okay, I think we have time for one more for sure. You guys have a request for one?
Can you give us something that you think that we should work on that's very important for the test? Like
I
something
did.
that you think?
I did. I gave you question by question what's on the test. I mean, it's not like what's important. I told you what's there.
Okay.
I want to do one of the ones that is there.
Okay. I'm good with questions. Anybody else wants to ask? They
And we
could.
don't have to have more, guys. I mean, we had a good
Um,
review, and
I
combined with
don't
the
know.
other class, we might have enough, but I think we got one more.
No, it's not really a question. I mean, if someone doesn't have a question, that's okay. I emailed you about it today, but I would appreciate if you would like explain it here on video.
Okay. Sure.
If you can
Explain
check
what?
the email, I think I took a picture of it then.
And what's your last name?
Guida Arnos. A-R.
Oh, there you are. There you are. Yeah.
Yeah.
I finally see it. Yeah. Oh, isn't that the one no, you're right. I didn't answer this one.
You answered it, yeah, but it's clearer if you explain it here on Zoom.
Oh, you know what? I had my phone doing some spell checking, and my answer was weird. Okay. Do you want to just do this one? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a chair question, but my only thing is the stereo centers. Like, why
Yeah,
did you?
I think I'm gonna copy from your picture you sent me, if that's okay, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
It was my stuff anyway, right? So here we go, and we can keep going the video. I'm just gonna grab, I think it's just the rough work you had the question on, right?
Yes.
All right, and I'm just trying to grab it. And it's got the name above, and that looks familiar, right?
Yes.
It's this one, right? Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
All right. And I believe it's this top stereo center. You're saying, wait, is that RAR?
Yeah, I think it was the top one.
Let's just make sure we know if it's right or wrong. We're gonna put 4 for the H, right?
Yeah.
And the 1 is actually this CH2, because, and I'll go over that a little more in depth. That's a C with 2 H's. I'm going down here. It goes to a C, excuse me, that has 1 H and a C and a C. And I'm going to say the same thing about going on the dash. A C with 2 H's goes to a C with an H and 2 C's. So I believe we've drawn the same thing twice, right? She's really only worried about 1 and 2. She knows that's a 3 for sure, right?
Yeah.
So no issues there. We're just looking at the 1 and the 2. So I did what I wrote as 1 here and what I wrote as 2 here. Tie, but these are both CH3s here, right? So the things you're comparing, the heaviest thing on this C is a C, but both of these C's have 1 more C. Compare the H to the C, right?
Hmm.
So we're tied all the way up to here. Oops, that's black. Control Z. We're tied all the way up to this carbon and this carbon, tied with this carbon and this carbon. They're tied, right? But this carbon definitely beats that one because this one has a C and this one's out of C's.
Okay, but we put it as 2.
Oh, well, yeah, it's better than, it's not 1. That was the whole discussion. Why is this the 1 and this is the 2? Oh, you're right. I made the mistake again. Oh, Gita's been good today. Yeah, my whole discussion was accurate, except the logic I just used made this the 2 and this the 1. And it looks like,
Because it has a longer branch, right?
yeah, no,
Okay.
no, it's, wow, I think I'm there. It's because this C beats this C, that's the 1, that's the 2, and looks like I made the mistake on the key and in my mind during this discussion. So yeah, not very confident building, right? So this would definitely not be R. So we have unmasked an error on the answer key. Everybody needs to thank this young lady.
Yeah, don't, it's all right. We give her an extra point on the test, right?
Please.
She's gonna give
Or-
herself the point.
I would be happy if you give us like
So-
easier straight centers.
So what we should have done is put the H on the dash, correct? And that was the wedge. Yeah, because we need it to be R. Right now, it is, the definition of this is not R, therefore S, because the 4 is on a wedge, right? Now the same logic holds that this, yeah, I'm just gonna quickly make sure everything's copacetic here. And because this was the one, I lost this. I lost the CH2. I do not want to confuse you more than I already have. Okay. There's the CH2. There's the ethyls. There we go. And that made this the 1, this the 2 and the 3. And yes, now when I connect 1 and 2 and 3, R is not wrong. R is the right answer. R is the answer when that's a dash. So that would change this, and then it would change, these groups over here would have to switch. So I'll do the correction here. This would be, wow. This, not an H, that would be the C that goes to an ethyl, and the H would be here. And this chair would be awful. Both groups axial, right? Axial, okay? So it also changes the answer for which group's more stable, which chair is more stable. This chair is less stable. I don't even need the other chair to be here because I know in the other chair, both groups are equatorial. This chair with both groups axial is less stable. And I'm glad she persisted, even though after I answered my email. Because when I was doing my walk today and looking at it on my phone, I made the same mistake. Yes.
Professor, you said in class that if we were to give an explanation like this, we get 0. We have to say that it has like 1, 3 diaxial
Oh,
repulsion.
that's right, because I need the magic words. Why is it less stable? Because it suffers from more 1,3 diaxial repulsion. The answer is a lot shorter if you point to the other chair where they're both equatorial and say both groups avoid 1,3 diaxial repulsion here. Isn't that a lot less words? Just point to the more stable one, which has 2 groups equatorial, and say both groups avoid 1,3 diaxial repulsion. That's your whole answer for D. Instead of all these words here. All right. Okay. So, oh yeah, which test was this again? I just wanted to be very clear.
Let me check.
I think you mentioned it in your email. Let me just see if you did. Yeah, winter
Yeah,
2021.
2021. Yeah.
Yeah, don't know which evening or one of
I
the
think it was the morning, I think.
winter 21 morning question mark. Might be. If not, it's the other one, right? Go until you see the right pictures.
Yeah, it's either or.
Okay.
Professor, you said if we're good on like the winter 2021 is gonna be like a mirror like thing of the exam, right?
Yeah,
With different
format.
molecules.
Now you did get my email about there's a couple additions and one subtraction, right?
No, I didn't look at that. I don't think so.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
They're not major additions or subtractions. So make sure it's winter 21 and whatever additions I said in that email. It said test 1 study guide.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay.
So can you extend the OWL chapter 3 deadline? Because it's due this Sunday and we haven't even finished chapter.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah, I'll be extending that.
Okay.
I wouldn't be worrying about OWL at all on the weekend.
Yeah,
Focus on
mean-
studying. Do not rush to get through 3 and look ahead at material you haven't done yet.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It will be edited. I'm probably I'll try to do it now. If I remember. Later tonight, if you haven't seen it changed, just send me a nice friendly reminder.
okay.
Okay? All right, good review today.
thank you.
I felt it was
Thank you
good.
very much.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, guys, good luck.
Thank you so much.
you.
Thank
It sounds promising from your questions, so keep up the good work.
Thank you. Have a great weekend, Professor.
Thank you. You too. Got to
Bye.
make your test now.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.